Yo! What is up, everybody? We're gonna jump on in. We're at, of course, Abu Dhabi for the final race of the season finale, if you will. But you don't have to. So this is going to be the final World Series race on this game. Of course, as the leagues finish, we are going to be waiting for the next game to come out, which is I don't know. It's not long though. It's like 4 weeks away, I think. So big excitement for that. 4 frames a second. Oh no. Well, this isn't going well. Gonna give it a little bit of time to chill out, and then we'll see how we go. But we potentially might need a restart. We'll check out how it's going. Oh, it's looking okay. I'm just gonna preemptively switch to Aladdin as always. Let's get the data up. And let's see what we got. So before... okay, I think things are improving as we go on. Maybe. Hopefully. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, so we have Aladdin coming out of the tunnel. Tricky little pit exit. But while we wait for Aladdin to pop around and start their lap, we're going to quickly bring up... Ooh, nah, that's not looking great. 10 frames a second still. Oh, no. Having slow internet today. That's no good. We're going to quickly see if we can change anything. Turn our bitrate down a little bit and see if that helps. It's not going well though. Alright, that does seem to have given us a little bit of a boost. Alright, while we're waiting for things to stabilize and for people to go around, we're going to bring up the World Series standings, because there's a couple of things to chat about before we get the race underway. VDux has already won this particular series. Viking is firmly in second, followed by Botte, O10s. We're not going to see much in the way of position changes this race, so it's all about single race glory, this one. But towards the bottom of these standings, we've got a few people that could swap around. Dudification, HK, RDAPT, all on 1, 2, and 3 points respectively. So they could change positions for sure. Valhalla and Loggy are close. We see in terms of team standings, the difference between McLaren, Haas, and Aston Martin are very close. Same with Red Bull and Alpha. So we could potentially see a few position changes in the standings for the Constructors' Championship. But in terms of position in the league that matters, meeting people that are winning, that's not gonna change. We already have our constructors and drivers champion. But still, hopefully we go out on a bit of a bang with this league. We've been seeing some wonderful racing so far, and hopefully that continues. So we do have Aladdin on a lap now. Let's head down onto the onboard camera. And let's watch as they head through this tricky section here. Middles. Let's just pray that HK finishes the race for sure, Dave. HK needs a good finish here. Has been improving in terms of pace, very much so over the last few months, really, but especially in the last couple races. Just needs a finish, and I'm sure that the results will come. So Aladdin will of course be crossing the line first. little snap of oversteer on that final corner leads him to a 136.5. And now we should get a string of results coming through. We see the McLaren of Noxie comes across the line with a 137. Dudification, we saw spin just there in Sector 2. But we'll be next crossing the line. Probably will dip into the pits. And does so. Now this is a tricky pit entry and exit. I think we also see a succulent Chinese meal invalidating and coming in. CSAV's coming across the line now on soft tyres with a 135 flat. Very nice. Valhalla coming across the final corner to set their time of a 138.8. The second Ferrari of O10s with a 135.9, so a big old gap to sort of clear up there. Bot Day coming across that final corner all over the place to go into second, 135.2. This is a good time, I think, to remind everyone that, of course, this is the World Series, so we will have some lag as Bot Day very successfully does a nice little spin, gets it facing the right way, pulls right out onto the middle of the track, and Bulldogs, who is also disconnected, comes through. So I'm not really sure what's happening with the game right now. My internet is possibly quite bad. Hopefully you guys are getting a smooth stream, but it's not looking great from my perspective. So if it is bad, let me know. And I mean, there's not much I can do, but I'll try some stuff, I suppose. I mean, right now it's just a freezed image on my screen, so that's probably not ideal. So I'm not even sure if we're still streaming, really. It could be DC'd right now, and I could just be talking to myself. Oh, there's some movement. We're seeing Bulldogs on the medium lap. Stream possibly going all over the place. Bulldogs seems a little unsure where to place the car, but not particularly sure. Stream's working, there's just stuttering. Ah, okay. Some stuttering. Maybe if it continues, a restart might be needed for me. Okay. Bulldog sets a 140, but there is some stuttering. That seems... Stream is all good my side, VDux, thank you. Yeah, it could just be some individual drivers with some weird situations going on. Wild seems to be nice and smooth. Nope, just as I say that, it goes all over the place. I'll just double check to see if I'm downloading anything, which is always a bit of a problem sometimes. No, we seem good. Just double check everything else. Quit a few programs just to see if it helps. Alright, we have Cat as well that is coming out of the pits. So can't see the stream on Facebook. Oh no. Alright. Well, this is the perfect time to start fixing stuff up. Alright, bear with me, folks. I'm just going to do some quick adjustments, see if we can get things working. Apologies for anyone that's trying to watch on different platforms. Alright, we are sending new data, whatever you prefer, to Facebook. See if we can get that one up and running. While we're doing that, we'll just stay on board with dudification. who I believe is on a lap right now. Okay, it says we're streaming on Facebook now, so hopefully we should get a notification in a second. Let me know if that has fixed it. I'm seeing 0 viewers on Facebook right now as we see Dudification with a big old spin and a tyre that is doing a little dance. Now that should be a pit entrance closure, but of course that is not going to happen. We will go and see O10s though. O10s with an invalidated lap is heading out on medium tyres. So we can see the tyre left over there as O10s goes into the pits. Alright, A-Lock is on an invalid lap currently, so let's check out HK's lap, see if we can't see what's going on there. Also invalid. We're going to double check to see if we're streaming on Facebook too. Bot Day is on one, which is not invalid. So, okay, I do have a notification that we're live on Facebook now. Yeah, and I can hear myself, so... Alright. So Facebook is up and running, I believe. And the stream seems to have stabilized a little, but it's also stuttering still. Still stuttering. Oh dear. This is not going too good at the moment. Performance, max performance. See if we can just change some settings around, get things looking a little nicer. Stream is good now on YouTube. Okay. Okay. Hopefully things are okay. We see Bot Day has invalidated a lap. I'm losing track a little bit of what's going on, but that's to be expected. Sinker is on a lap currently. Coming through that tricky end of Sector 2 into that sort of tunnely area of Sector 3. Hey, we have some Facebook viewers. Wonderful. Hopefully you guys are seeing everything okay. Could just be my replay system that's looking a little weird. Speaking of replays, I'm not using them right now, but we should be during the race. So we're going to ride on board with Sinker as he finishes his Sector 1. Of course, when the new game comes out, we will have the new Abu Dhabi layout, which is quite exciting. Hopefully should lead to some better races. Of course, that chicane in Sector 1 is all gone. And, oh, Sinker getting a little wide there. Maybe. And also they've, I believe, taken out the chicane at the end of this straight too. So, some more flowy corners. We can kind of launch it in here. So yeah, we are going to be enjoying the final World Series race on this old track, on this old game. It doesn't seem like Sinker is on a lap. So we're going to switch on over to Valhalla for a little bit, who is on an invalid lap. So if that's the case, we're going to go to Mason, who is setting a medium time, as per usual. Currently looking like a decent lap so far. Very smooth on the exit. A Mason in P8 currently, with a medium tyre lap, so very, very good. Valhalla coming into the pits. Now, because we slightly cut short our coverage of HK's lap, we're going to head back once they start. Until then, though, we're going to see Wild, who's a little out of sorts at the end of this Sector 1, coming onto the straight. Got 3 people on outlaps, quite a few in the pits, though. Wild lagging seemingly quite a bit, so we're going to follow on with HK throughout this lap. Get a good look at it. See how things are going for HK. So getting quite far to the right there. Coming all the way around. Quite flat through here, ideally. It's a very tricky chicane where you want to stay as far left and then get it out to the right here to cut this. Yeah, it's looking nice and smooth from HK. Nice looking helmet too, I might add, if that's appropriate. Down the straight, we want to stay as right as possible. Now this is a real tricky one. Don't want to, yeah, clipping a little bit of that sausage curve, but that's not too bad. Of course, at the end of this straight is where we're going to have that new flowing corner rather than this tricky chicane, but you can really afford to run over this second one. Very nice there. Short shifts up into 4th to get good traction on the exit. HK putting together a very tidy lap here. Little bit of the sausage curve there, but again, as long as it's not unsettling the car. Into Latifi's corner. And then all the way around, dodging that tyre. Want a short shift up here to get the traction. Very nice, keeps it in a straight line. And we're going to see HK put in a 138, which is a second worth of improvement. But only manages to go P11 with that one. Finds himself now on the grass with O10s coming around, so hopefully realizes that. Both of these cars. No, they don't. Okay. I'm not really sure what happened there. O10s is still seemingly alive, so he's setting a time, which is always what you want from your drivers. You see quite a few yellow flags, people stopping everywhere. 20 seconds left in the session, so people are going to be wanting to get their final laps in. V-Dux is coming around to try and set a time, maybe. As I say that, we cut to him, and he's just cutting doughies in the pit entry? I'm not sure where he is. Anyway, back to the important stuff. Hoten's setting some very clean sectors here, coming through Sector 3, as those were also some clean doughies, so fair enough. V-Dux has earned it, I suppose. Your World Series champion, so why not do some doughies? Did V-Dux? No, didn't manage to go on one, so checkered flags for everyone but CSAV's O10's Admiral Aladdin, HK possibly on another. We're just gonna, HK has not completed that one, so we're gonna see Hazza Hawk in the Haas for Hazza Hawk, coming around Latifi's corner. on mediums, so will want to, but will be, oh my god, never mind. Will be wanting to get into the top 10, but already in the 140s, so not going to improve. And to CSAVs, who's set a purple Sector 2, and is just at the start of Sector 3, has some traffic up ahead. Those donuts were required. Fair enough. Bye, followers. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good, but thanks anyway. Can I remove that? I possibly can, but I'll wait until CSAVs has finished his lap. Coming around the final corner, Aladdin wisely moves to the side, and CSAVs does not improve, or does improve, but not enough. Latifi corner. Lewis fan? Nah, look, I've been branded that for sure. Okay, we've removed the weird one. Latifi's corner. Hey, it doesn't matter who you think deserved that win. It's still Latifi's corner. So we have our order, O10s and CSAVs on the front row with a Ferrari and Red Bull. Wonderful, just like this current season. We have Bot Day, Aladdin, Second Chinese Meal, Wild Sinker, Mason, and some others. Noxy in 9th, Valhalla in 10th, HK in 11th, Bulldogs, A-Lock and Hazahawk in the top 14. But we also have 18 cars in total, I believe. So Latifi corner. Hopefully we don't see too many issues. All right, here we go. The season finale. Hopefully it's better. It's a better season finale than, I don't know, what was a bad season finale? Game of Thrones is pretty bad. Lost, controversial opinion. I actually quite enjoyed it. So there you go. 10 seconds before we begin. Who have we got? Have we got any picks in the chat? People want to give their predictions. Go for it. We will read them out. When I say we, I mean I. Alright. Those lights are freaking out, but we have 5 of them. And they are off. We see the pit strategy. A 2-stopper predicted, but probably won't be. Very close to that Williams and Red Bull. Bot Day getting a little far off to the side as we see the cars come through. That's very unfortunate. Bulldogs and HK switching positions, and same with Cat and Dudification. Bot Day, though, has come off and is rejoining. So Bot Day from 3rd all the way down to 11th as we jump back to the front with CSAVs all over the back of O10s. Yellow flags. No safety car as of yet, but CSAV's so close right now. Aladdin dropped a second behind the front 2, so we could see these guys just running away with it. A little bit further back we have a Noxy who is closing on the back of Sinker. A position change with Vidux, who your World Series champion is currently, after really grinding through those tyres in quali, making the rounds up. A second Chinese meal all over the back of Aladdin in 4th, looking for that 3rd place, as Aladdin does seem to be a bit of a stopper in the a cork in the bottle, or whatever you want to say. V-Duck's still moving up. Cato fighting it back though, and V-Duck seemingly letting it go, as V-Duck's now gets done in by Dudification. Hopefully we don't see any damage from the champion. But does seem to be struggling around these corners. Definitely at Latifi's corner is struggling a little. CSAV's all over O10 still. And a 2-second gap now with a succulent Chinese meal just behind the cork in the bottle, which is, at the moment, Admiral Aladdin. We do see Bulldogs, Bot Day, and V-Ducks all in the pits. Wild has come a cropper at turn 2, and just like Bot Day has tumbled down the order as Viking goes past into 12th. See, Savs now is in the slipstream down the main straight. isn't using energy as I have forgotten to put up telemetry. My bad, people. We're back though. Position changes, we see Mason up 3, 6 for the Viking as is to be expected. Dudification and Cat also doing well. Quite a few people though dropped all the way down, so that's no good. What am I doing? There we go. So a succulent Chinese meal has managed at the end of that second straight to get in front of Aladdin. So we will see if a succulent Chinese meal can begin moving up to challenge these first two. A little further back, Noxy is getting quite close to Sinker. Just about half second as we come around through Sector 3, past Latifi Bend. Really getting close now. The back of the pack has spread out a little bit, although Bot Day is right on the back of Bulldogs. Viking with a pass. Let's go and see Bot Day trying to go around the outside. No space being left by Bulldogs. And a little bit of manhandling going on there. As CSAVs runs well wide. We see a 5-second penalty for a collision there by Wild, who has come into the pits. There's position changes going on everywhere, yellow flags, but the run down the straight is beginning and DRS is open. Wild and Dudification in the pits. Is this going to be a lunge? We've seen a lunge by Red Bull here before. Geez, I'm really coming across as a Lewis fan right now. CSAVs with the second attempt now, using the energy, has the rear wing open as we can see. He's going to have to look to the outside, but isn't going to go for it. So, again, smooth moves happening. Mason now with the overtake on Aladdin. As a succulent Chinese meal, at some point that I obviously did not see, has moved down the order. Viking getting in front of HK at the end of that braking zone. Cat also closing right up on Valhalla a little bit further ahead, so there's a couple little skirmishes happening here that could at any moment break out into some overtakes. Particularly in this pack here, we can see those three in the background of Cat's point of view. CSAV's closing in on O10s again. Let's check the energy, so 55 to 80%, so CSAV's definitely grinding out the energy advantage. It's going to be looking for a clean exit here. We don't see a short shift up into fourth, so is confident with their ability to squeeze on the throttle. Has the rear wing fully open. O10s could potentially hold the line, and does, so could see another attempt in the second zone. As we dip a little bit further back, we see a lot of movement from the cars. Yeah. CSAV's going for it and does have a much cleaner run this time. And we're going to see O10s not making the battle back just yet. So a very clean overtake there by CSAVs. And O10s now is going to need to respond with something. A succulent Chinese meal and HK battling it out now. So some inroads into this little midfield pack, all the way up to Cat in 7th. We have a yellow flag and Dudification is out of the race. We're going to see Hazza Hawk's point of view of that, and a safety car coming out. Your classic Abu Dhabi safety car. And we can see, seems to have just lost it on the exit there. And it's quite a bit of damage. So that's going to be good for some people. Definitely for Bot Day. For Wild, for Vedux. If Vedux is really trying anymore. Who can really tell? Mason, though, in first place on the mediums. Noxy and Sinker electing to stay out on the 4 lap old softs, which probably aren't going to go too long, And duplication, we have our answer. Controller disconnected. So I'm not sure if that's a wheel or a controller, but whatever it was, it ceased to be connected to his computer. So very bad luck. It happens though. Not much you can do about it. Mistakes. Well, not really even a mistake, just an unfortunate event, really. We see quite a few people seemingly disconnected. My stream, I'm not sure what's going on. Bulldogs has retired as well. A DNF under safety car, as we're going to see again, has a Hawk eventually come up on that crash. Yeah, so that's a spin for sure into the barrier. Alright, let's focus on the front of the pack. And we should use the opportunity to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Sully's Shirts, Shutter Media, and SA Sim Racing. As always, week in, week out, helping us put these events on. So a big shout out to those sponsors. Also, we have a Discord server now. So if you are interested in jumping in the Discord server, you can pick yourself a team to represent in the server. And if you contact one of the admins, they will make you a member so that you can get full access to everything that's available there. As we see, Sinker on those 4-lap old softs coming in a lap too late. So we'll be coming right out at the back in possibly P16, P14 after those DNFs. So we're going to follow on with Sinker as they rejoin through the tunnel. A real sketchy way to re-enter a track. You don't want to be taking damage through there. Alright, so to the back end of the pack now, we have Sinker in 14th. We see an Alpine, a Haas. Not sure. Wonder where VDux has ended up. So VDux in 11th, and HK up into 10th. Who else we got? Bot Day is now in last place, but on fresh softs, so we'll have a big tire advantage for the foreseeable future, or for the immediate future, rather. CSAV's effectively leading this Grand Prix with a car length buffer because of the Viking being on 5-lap-old medium, so O10's going to be wanting to get past as soon as possible. We will keep on board with O10s for this restart to see what ends up happening. Aladdin doing a wonderful job of keeping a hold of that position, so now effectively in P3 of the drivers that have pitted. So a succulent Chinese meal managed to get past Admiral Aladdin, but some form of incident, as we can see quite a lot of rubber being left on that corner. Some form of incident has found them in P9. Now, as is always the case in Abu Dhabi, the sun is well and truly going down, so if we have, I mean, we already have the lights on, but over the course of the next 10 laps, it is just going to get darker and darker, as A-Lock has DNF'd under the safety car. So a spin resulting in massive amounts of debris into the last corner. So we have another car exiting the race. Then there were 15 drivers remaining. Okay. O10 seemingly warming those tyres with some sort of massive drifting technique. Possibly just on my version of the camera. Yeah, I'm not sure. I hope this is looking okay on stream, because from my perspective, things are looking very strange. Yeah, like that. That was pretty weird. So was that. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. We should be having the safety car coming in this lap, as we see the notification for it just there. So, with everyone out on mediums, hopefully everyone has managed to get some temp into those tyres. Otherwise, it's sort of a bit notorious, this track, for spins off the restarts. We're going to ride on board with O10s, though. As seemingly... I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Like, what's the point? Like, nothing I see is actually happening, so there's not much to say about it, really, but cars behaving quite strangely. O10's warming the tyres, is going to want to be getting past the Viking, as I said, as soon as possible, as the front four all DC. Yep. Alright, we are away though. Mason making the run. O10's right up alongside the Viking, possibly. Jostling from side to side, not sure where to go. Inside the Viking now. Yeah. So now half a second behind. Okay, we're... dudification's out. What the fuck am I watching? This race looks so weird, like, I don't know what is happening, but... On the straight, we see Noxy moving out, along with C-Savs, trying to defend the position. Viking... Oh, no, he was on the corner the whole time, apparently. HK possibly with some trouble is down into 13th. Botte looking to make a move on VDux. The race is looking very nice back here though. Everyone's where they should be. But up at the front, Mason has... No, yeah, Mason is still defending. Has moved off to the side now though. So that gives C-Sav some free run, some free air to run into. It's going to want to be dropping the field as quickly as possible, as we see Sinker, unfortunately, with a DNF and another safety car. Oh no. So there we go, another safety car. Sinker has unfortunately left the session. And yeah, I'm just going to, while we're in with this kind of an opportunity, I'm just going to tune into the stream and see what's going on. Okay, the stream's looking a lot smoother than... Yeah, look, I'm not sure. The stream's looking fine. From my perspective, it's going crazy. But that's right. Alright, so who's going to pit? Surely Mason, Noxie, or surely Noxie. 8 laps on those softs. Oh, fantastic stint. Good opportunity, though, to jump onto the mediums that will only have to go 19 laps. And once the safety car is actually out and back in, it'll be like 18, 17. So a good opportunity. As we see the front two also pitting too. Okay, so we do have O10s, Noxie, a few people coming into the pits. Hazza is up into 10th, which is not bad at all. Alright, so Viking in the first position now, but of course has those older tyres, so O10's effectively regaining the lead. Let's check in with the penalty. So Mason with a 5, 3 stops from bot day. Why did CSAVs pit? Good question. So let's see. What do we got? So I suppose being on mediums now gives you the chance to go all the way to the end without too much of a worry. Once the safety car's actually coming in, it'll be, what, like 17 laps, 18 laps to go. Very doable. Very, very doable on the medium tyres. Could be concerned that the 4-lap-old ones aren't gonna last. So, we do have though an immediate safety car re-entry as everyone catches up super quick. So we're going to be back underway soon. One viewer goes hard. Is that Apex? The Apex? Or is that another Apex? Don't know. So yeah, game's still looking very weird from my point of view, but we're gonna wait and see how Viking deals with this restart. And he is off. O10's with a very nice restart too. Ooh. Heard some sort of contact there between CSAVs and Hazza, who's dropped 2 positions and is still alive, but I'm not really sure in what capacity. O10's all over the back of the Viking. Some big gaps though. Valhalla is getting dropped a bit by about a second. Succulent Chinese meal. Valhalla. I'm not sure what really happened there. Contact possibly, don't know. I think at this point I'm pretty much going to have to stop describing what I'm seeing because I don't think it's really working. And we might have to just watch and hopefully we're seeing what we need to see. HK dropping a few positions there. Quite unfortunately, seem to be a little bit far on the exit. Maybe we tried to go around the outside of somebody. CSAV's getting around Valhalla, who also drops a position to Wild. There's possibly some contact. Drops another position to Mason. Yeah, that was an odd one. Bot day though, on these tyres. These softies, they're really coming into play here. Closing up on Cat. It's going to get a much better exit onto this main straight. Of course, DRS not yet re-enabled, but is using the ERS to go on the inside line. It's going to hopefully brake late and does so. And Cat, with no response just yet, will have the slipstream on this straight as we see some movement. Noxy as well closing up on Valhalla. O10 still in second behind the Viking. Is Valhalla going to be able to brake late and keep this position? No. Noxy brakes later and Valhalla drops yet another position there. So all the way down in 11th now. CSAVs, who was effectively leading the race, is now down in 7th, with quite a few people in front on older tyres, but is closing on a succulent Chinese meal, and will be in a much better position to go to the end than O10's, who was the other person fighting. CSAVs clears a succulent Chinese meal and sets a fastest lap. Has Cat next. DRS is of course enabled. Bot day will not have it. So Cat and CSAVs could, if they both get good exits, possibly get past. Definitely Cat. Although CSAVs with a very nice exit and right in the slipstream. Gets past Cat for sure. Is really closing on bot day. Oh, Cat using energy too. CSAVs will have the position. Oh, Cat battles around the outside. Both are going to have DRS now, but CSAVs with the position is making a move on bot day too, who doesn't have it. Is going to take the inside line and is up into 4th. Bot day tries to hold it around the outside. Doesn't get it though, so CSAVs with a huge charge over 2 laps is up from 7th to 4th. O10's now is ahead of the Vikings, so has the clean air to run into. Is clearing a second. Aladdin closing up on the Viking too, who has 12 lap old mediums. So started the race on those tyres. So will need to pit, but is going for a longer run to make it a one-stopper for himself. HK down in 12th is closing up on Valhalla. We also see quite close battles between Mason, succulent Chinese meal, Cat. Bot day is closing that gap to CSAVs, trying to keep it under a second. Might not be able to though. As O10's has already cleared 2.5 seconds to the Viking, just in Sector 1. Now CSAVs is getting dragged along here by Aladdin. Aladdin is potentially going for the move up the inside of the Viking. And CSAVs is taking a wide line. Viking will have the DRS, but CSAVs has the battery going. Viking harvesting. Nothing doing there. We will not get an overtake. Aladdin runs quite okay, apparently. Quite okay, is what I was going to say. Yep. So at the moment, O10's are looking very strong, but again, has to be because has done one less pit. So those tyres, 8 laps old now, have still got to go another, what, 13 laps? That's a big ask. So we see the sun very much going down now. The lights becoming more and more important for vision. as CSAV's all over the back of the Viking. We're going to try sneaking back through the field after this straight to see if anyone else manages some overtakes. We got yellow flags, and that is Wild, who has officially DNF'd and potentially could be a safety car, and there's a VSC, so that's good. Prefer the VSC and a full safety car. Shouldn't have said anything is what happened. So 15 laps now. CSAVs can stay out. Viking probably should pit. Although this is a rough spot now. Could go for a two-stopper. But doesn't really have... I mean, could do 2 soft stops now. 2 7 laps. Or a 6 and an 8 or something like that. A 6 and a 7. O10s is probably going to pit. Same with Aladdin. CSAVs can do both. Can stay out, regain the track position. And those tyres will 100% go to the end. It's just whether or not he feels that he'll be better off on fresher tyres. Probably isn't going to have a new set of mediums though. So O10s does pit. So here's where things are going to get very interesting. CSAV's pitting too. So O10s we see going on to medium tyres. Admiral Aladdin also going on to soft tyres. O10's coming out. Mason regaining the first place. And CSAV's coming out on soft tyres. So once the safety car restarts, we'll probably have 11 laps, which is possible to do. But a big change here. Viking does pit and comes out on softs as well. So Viking with a successful one-stop strategy. Far out in sweating. Yup. I'm assuming that's I'm sweating, and you should be, Cato. 6th place is a very good position, and I want to see you hold on to it. So Cat with a... Cat or Cato, I'm not sure. Let me know if you want. But yeah, 6th place, doing a huge effort so far. Behind some very fast cars, and also with Bot Day just behind, who is an exceptionally fast driver. Succulent Chinese Meal and Noxy looking to go on mediums. HK... Oh, that is an awful noise. HK coming out on softs, as well as Valhalla and Vedux. Vedux has not been able to move up the field, but again, has already won this particular Drivers' Championship, so no pressure on him to do anything except for some donuts. We have Valhalla just catching up too. We should have just one more lap under the safety car. So this decision by O10s to go on mediums is a very interesting call. And we're going to have to see if it's the right one. You would think when the safety car comes in, we'll be restarting on lap 18 out of 28. So 10 laps on softs is doable. There's going to be a crossover point, but it's probably not going to be too massive. So the softs are probably going to be the preferred tyre for the rest of the race. I'm just quickly going to see if I can shut some things off. Save some internet power, you know. Is that how that works? Probably. There we go. O10s get gobbled up. It's possible, yeah. Tom? What are you doing? Shouldn't you be commentating? Tom obviously at work there. A lunch break, perhaps? Or a dinner break, even. Or just busy, who knows? But yeah, could get gobbled up. It's likely, right? I don't know that there's going to be any point in... Tyler? I don't know that there's going to be any point in this race where the mediums are the better tyre. Oh, you're at work. No good, man. Yeah, it's my only day off today. I've been sleeping. Woo! Gotta watch the boys during Smoko. Yeah, it's a wise use of the time. Well, so I'm assuming your prediction for the win is going to be one of these soft runners then. And we got to say, with Hazard Hawk being quite a bit far back now, we might not even see this restart yet. We might go another lap, and if that's the case, that is perfect for the soft tyre runners. Mason with the penalty, bot day for the win. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So we don't have the safety car coming in. It's coming in late. Chaos. So we're going to see some drivers really from deep. Yeah, 7th place to first. Let's follow it and see what happens. Safety car is in and Mason is away. We probably have some drivers with very, very cold tyres. Bot Day manages to go through CSAVs, who pits. What is going on? Bot Day is in the pits. The predictions, the curse. What is happening? Whoa! O10's lunges from a mile away, down the inside. With a huge lunge on Mason to grab that position. Aladdin too, all over Mason. He's going to pull out to the inside. He's going to try and brake late. He's still using the ERS. Deep. It's going to have to go from the deepest possible run. Aladdin holds it around the outside of that exit and onto this straight. Is losing time to O10s, but for sure is moving up. Very good. I'm not even casting enough cursed him. Yeah, kind of did, didn't you? That's a special move there. That's a caster curse just because it's, you know, it's in you. So Aladdin, though, we can see the difference between the softs and the mediums has closed up from 1.2 seconds to 7/10. So Aladdin possibly has a shot at winning this one. The Viking and Cat as well in 5th. All are in for a decent shot at this one. Mason with the time penalty is probably not, but wants to hold on and keep a bigger gap as possible. CSAVs comes out on old mediums, which is one of the more interesting calls that I've seen today. Was on the right tyre and chose to come off it for an old version of the wrong one. The old spectator's spell, yeah. I was just thinking of others, but I can't, so I'll leave it. Viking, though, closing up 4/10 down to 3/10, burning the energy on Mason. Is going to pull out to the inside. A 3-second penalty for Hazard as Mason brakes very late. Tries to hold it around the outside, but Viking will have a much better run out of this corner. He's already closing right on the back. A 10th. Takes the inside line very forcefully. Moves up. And Mason is not going to be able to hold on to the position. And we see in the rear view, Cat also coming in, closing up, wants to stay on the back of the Viking to make a move for a podium position. O10s, though, is breaking away, so we can see the pace difference between the two drivers, even with the difference in tyre. Admiral Aladdin not managing to keep all the way up together with O10's the man himself. All the way back, though, to the two that just pitted, C-Savs and Bot Day, with a lovely little battle happening. O10 sets fastest lap. Up ahead, V-Ducks closing in on HK, who's currently in 8th. And this will be a huge result for HK. With 2 points for the season, would effectively double his tally here today, if able to hold on. Cat now closing right up on Mason. DRS is enabled. Both of them have it though, so Cat, not needing to use too much energy, is going to take the inside line. Doesn't have a helmet on, so this is dangerous for him. Ooh, a little squirmish, but keeps it together and has another chance. HK does get past though, so we do have HK in 9th now with the DRS. A little bit further ahead is Noxian, a second Chinese meal, who seemingly made some contact there. Not entirely sure. Alright, so the battle that I'm most interested in, and the one that is out of the sort of main pack the closest, is this one, Cat and Mason. Mason on these 10-lap-old medium tyres with a penalty. As we see Admiral Aladdin with a DNF, yellow flags, and a full safety car. 4th safety car of the evening. So this is going to throw a spanner in the works again. It's definitely going to affect my bedtime. Yeah. No good. That was rough though. It looked like just lost it coming out of like turn 3 or turn... Yeah, turn 3? Let's say turn 3. So not bad for Mason. Let's check the penalties. 5-second penalty means Mason could pit now, come out on softs and get rid of that 5 seconds. Viking up 16 places, Cat up 11. So Cat doing a, frankly, amazing job so far. 2 stops, 5 stops between Bot Day and C-Savs, so they are gonna be going for a new record here. 4 stops for V-Ducks. Didn't really know that that was a legit strategy, but there you go. So we're going to see who pits, not O10s. Viking does, which is interesting. Mason, of course, does. Cat doesn't. So Cat now in 2nd place. Cat in 2nd place with 6 laps to go. Could be on for a podium here. As the sun is very much all the way down now, so it's going to be getting darker and darker over the next few laps. And Cat, like I say, in with a very good shot. A succulent Chinese meal behind is not going to be a massive threat on the 5-lap-old mediums. Valhalla is on the same tyres. Viking's the next car that is on fresh softs. And we'll only have to do 6 laps, so they will be the perfect tyre for the remainder of the race. Bot Day coming out on 1-lap-old mediums. C-Sav's coming back out on 2-lap-old softs. Yep. That's definitely what happened. O10s, though, with the medium tyres, this is not ideal for O10s. Just means that those soft tyres are going to be better for longer. And that crossover point is never going to come. So mediums are not going to be the right tyre for the rest of this race, but sort of had to commit to staying on them. Ugh, I'm yawning. Man, I'm tired. How's everyone else going? Everyone hanging in there? What do we got in terms of people watching? We've got quite a few still remaining. That's surprising. The fifth safety car is usually the point where people start tuning out. So thank you all so much for staying with us. And, well, the sponsors really are getting their allotted amount of airtime, because with all these safety cars, you got to say, big shout out to Sully Shirts, Shutter Media, Sim Racing SA, as always, thanks for sponsoring our leagues. And exciting times ahead with the new game coming out. I can't wait. All the leagues are going to be restarted once I think it's been out for a few days. So if you're interested in jumping in, we have a Discord server now that's well worth jumping into. We have a Facebook page to join. Yeah, so if you're interested in getting involved in a league, if you're planning on getting the new game, consider getting in contact. And yeah, jump in. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? Not all the races have 5 safety cars. Some of them have 2. Yep, that's no. Most of the time the races are quite clean. You know, some tracks are just worse than others. Also, from my point of view, this race has been constant collisions, but that's not really happening, I don't think. So, you know, don't let this one put you off. This is also the World Series, so drivers from different parts of the world can jump in. So we will see, you know, some desync, some weird internet things going on. Always wise to remind ourselves of that as we have the safety car coming in. So let's follow on with Cat. So Cat, I'm hoping, is going to get a good result here. If they stay on the track, it's inevitably going to be a good result. So that's ideally what we want. Let's go, Cat. Just before, let's head on to the... Is Cat even in this league? Nah, doesn't look like it. So, don't know if Cat has done well in this league in the past, but hopefully this is a good result for them. O10's, of course, always doing well in pretty much every league. And they are off. A good restart there from O10s, but also from Cat. We see a little bit further back, Hazza, Noxy, V-Dux all trading positions. HK also going around the outside too, so that's, I mean, Hazza has just dropped like 9 spots and has been hit and has been taken out of the race, and that did happen, so hopefully we don't see another safety car. It's pretty rare to get them that soon after. Cat has dropped a little bit of space, so 8/10 now to O10. Succulent Chinese Meal is hot on the heels, but of course has a penalty of 3 seconds. The Viking behind them, and then Mason, Noxy, Valhalla, and Vidux. Ooh, CSAV's possibly had some damage there, has pulled over to the side and could be retiring, and is. So there you go, had a little bit of damage and decided that that was it. Big gap now for O10s, 1.5 seconds. So that means Cat will not have DRS for the remainder of the race. and the people behind will. So that is concerning. 7 lap-old softs should not be enough to completely spoil the chances of Cat getting a podium. Cat dropping a succulent Chinese meal though, and is a second off now, needs to ideally push here to gain that full second before the DRS zone. Bot Day with a penalty for corner cutting. Cat not with the full second though, only 8 tenths, going up to 9 tenths, but with the detection zone. Oh no, HK Racing with a penalty. In 9th place though, so we'll be picking up some very good points regardless. Viking making a move on a succulent Chinese meal and does get it done. So no DRS, but just pure ERS. And is hopefully, this battle could be helping out Cat though. Is 9 tenths now, so Cat needs to be pushing, but Viking is also pushing and has much fresher tyres. So this is going to be the big concern for Cat, is the amount of grip that Viking's going to have through, especially this Sector 3, where the twisties make it very tricky. Cat running a little wide, needs to keep it clean, don't pick up a penalty. Mason is also closing up on a succulent Chinese meal, and we have a hell of a pack going here. O10's clear out in front, even on those probably inefficient tyres, the mediums. Still dropping massive lap times. Getting fastest lap 2. So here we go. Here is where things are going to get very tricky for Cat. Has got less energy than the Viking 2, so has burnt quite a bit and not managed to pull that gap. And 4 tenths now is not a lot, especially when Viking is going to be much quicker through these sections. Cat getting a little squirmish, and is not going to have the best exit here, so this could be a rough one for Cat. 3 tenths is going to have the DRS, the Viking, is using the energy. Is Cat? No. So is going to try and live to fight another day. Succulent Chinese meal does have the DRS. Mason goes for a lunge up the inside, breaks quite late, but does get it done. A succulent Chinese meal will have a much better exit here, you would think, but Mason has the DRS too. Cat using it, but not using energy, so is happy to stay in this position. Wants to fight back at the Viking next lap, but the Viking could potentially pull a full second here with these slightly fresher tyres. We will see. Yes, indeed. So through Latifi's corner. Is anyone going to lose it? No. We're all good. Mason closing up on Cat. Oh, this is looking harder and harder for Cat every single time we come around that start to finish straight. Mason closing up. Cat has to stay in this DRS gap, but is slowly dropping out of it. There is the 1 second. Where is the line? It's right there, and Cat seemingly was still in it. We have HK, no, it's still okay though, so HK is still on for a finish. Now Viking has used quite a bit of energy, 16% left. Vidux and a succulent Chinese meal swap positions. But do we have no DRS here for Cat? No, we don't. And Mason does. So Mason closing up. This is not good for Cat. Second to last lap. O10's way out in front. Viking with a firm grasp on second place with much fresher tyres. Mason looking to pick up the final spot on that podium. And Cat, of course, looking to hold on to it. This is a vital Sector 3 here, as we are going to come around the final corner onto the last lap. So O10's way out in front, 3.5 seconds, even with the medium tyres. Viking and Cat closely following each other. Mason even closer. As Mason overshoots. No, doesn't overshoot. Ah, God, I just don't know anymore. Mason all over the back of Cat now. Cat needs a really good exit through onto this big straight. Is going to have the DRS, but only just. And Mason has 40% energy and has got an amazing exit. Is all over Cat. Now Cat is holding, needs to tuck in and get that slipstream and fight back in this next section. Needs an amazing exit here to be able to stay on the back of Mason. Gets not a bad exit, but Mason gets a great exit. And Mason potentially looking at Viking here. He's a long way back, isn't going to be able to make a dive bomb, but could potentially try for something. So Cat, very unfortunately there, has dropped back into 4th, just missing out on a podium potentially. O10's coming through that final sector. Mason, though, all over the back of the Viking and is looking for an opportunity. Are we going to see one? Through Latifi's corner. Around the second to last, and finally the last corner as the succulent Chinese meal gets past. O10's with the win. Viking on the line keeps second. Mason in third. Cat in fourth. A succulent Chinese meal in fifth. Vidux, the champion of the World Series, has found a lovely little spot to do some doughies. Congratulations, Vidux. Well earned, and may I say, well controlled doughies. Noxie finishes in 6th, Valhalla in 7th. We, of course, know where Vidux is, but HK Racing... No! HK! No! Oh, sad times. Vidux crosses the line in 8th. No, HK. Oh, no. In such a good spot, was going to double his points for the season. Oh. We see a lovely pirouette there on the podium by the man himself. O10's our race winner. Oh, no. Wow. Okay. Well, that is the end of the World Series, the Abu Dhabi final race, and the season is over. Congratulations to Mercedes, our constructors champions, and Vidux, our drivers champion. All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm speechless after that finish. But yeah. So again, thanks to our sponsors. You can see them on the screen now. Solly Shirts, Sim Racing SA, and Shutter Media. They make these things happen. So much appreciation to our sponsors as always. The World Series is now over, and we will not be restarting any leagues that finish until the new game comes out. So the new game is coming out, I think, very early in July, late in June, if you get a particular version of it. So that is when around our leagues will restart. There'll be a few days until they do. HK with the big laughs in the chat. HK, what happened? Talk to me. I was so hyped for your points finish. You'd been doing so well all race. And yeah, it really took the wind out of my sails with that end. But if you are interested in joining up, if you're planning on getting the new game, get in contact. The crew put softs on with 25%. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that does explain some things, I guess. Damn. Well, hopefully we get better pit crews for the next game. Stuff like that won't happen anymore. Alright, well, that is it from me, and that will be it from me until, as I say, the next series starts. So we will be on a break for a good few weeks. Had a nice race with Valhalla, though, so it was fun. That's good. Well, I'm glad you had some fun. You were looking very, very good throughout that race, and yeah, I think everyone's been improving quite a bit, so hopefully when the next game comes out, we can all start off a little bit further ahead than when we started when this game came out, and we can get to some good racing straight away. So keep up to date with all of the updates on when things are going to be happening. You can join the Discord channel or the Facebook group. Message the Viking if you want to get involved in a league, or myself as well. I can at the very least direct you to him. Yeah, so this has been Cheeky Otter. Apologies from Hickey Cat, who is at work at the moment, who can't make it to commentate this one, but we will undoubtedly be back together commentating when the new game comes out. So thank you all for joining me, and we'll see you